Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host, Joshua Gillis, and today it's day 13, Friday the 13th of the 31 Days of Horror Reviews. What am I reviewing? It is Friday the 13th. No, I'm not reviewing Friday the 13th. I'm reviewing 1988's classic Stan Winston picture, Pumpkinhead. Now, if you don't know what Pumpkinhead is about, it is about a man named Ed Harley who has a young son. They live alone together. And have a nice bond. They run this. Ed runs this gas station slash convenience store, and a group of hooligan sort of not well, kind of one of them is teenagers come by the gas station, and they're going dirt biking and off road riding close to Ed's property. Oh my god. And one of them had been drinking, and there's an accident that causes Ed's son to be killed, to which Ed contacts this woman to summon this demon of vengeance called Pumpkinhead that Ed had witnessed as a child kill someone else to, take revenge. And I don't want to spoil anything else there, but you can, it's Pumpkinhead. It's a classic. Now, first off, what do I like about this movie? Now, this is a review. I'm sure this looks good on other stuff. I went from DVD to 4K, when this came out a couple of days ago. And goddamn, this is a good looking movie, especially in 4K. I'm not trying to flex 4K, but if you have a 4K player, pick this up first off. The cinematography in this is stellar. Sam Winston's eye is really, really good. This is a very much modern folklore, fairy tale, horror type of movie. So you got your classic bog where the witch lives that I thought was really interesting and cool to look at. All these gnawing roots and everything, looking like it's something ripped straight from a olden times, for lack of a better term, fairy tale. And the way that Pumpkinhead is brought up and brought into existence, or resurrected sort of, is really interesting to me. With this body being in the ground, you have to dig it up, and then this concoction is poured on, and it comes to life to, wreak vengeance on those who you are wanting it to after, getting this. And, yeah, just visually really interesting. Even the earlier shots before Pumpkinhead or anything more fantastical comes out, it's still a really good looking movie. But yeah, the highlight of the visuals, without a doubt, and as expected, is Pumpkinhead himself. It's one of the best monsters in cinema history. Let's be honest. It's this hulking, demonic, Halloween seasoned, perfected character. It looks sort of like a xenomorph mixed with a goblin demon sort of deal, and really interesting, really cool to look at. The whole design of Pumpkinhead is stellar. The way that it moves feels natural, and the comparison to the Xenomorph earlier definitely holds true here. It's very, menacing in the way that it moves, and it's quicker than you would think it looks, and it's very ominous and, scary. Yeah, just really stellar creature design. This is picture perfect creature design. It's incredible. The soundtrack in it is also pretty good. Nothing really to write home about, in my opinion, but it serves its purpose well. It always matches the scenes, and I think it does add to it in those creepy scenes. The atmosphere in this is palpable at points, especially towards the end with Pumpkinhead hunting down this group of people. You get torn down buildings, and it's nighttime, and Pumpkinhead's walking around. There's fog everywhere. It looks stellar, and the soundtrack matches this a lot of the time, and it's always great. Um, Another highlight of this is Lance Henriksen, another xenomorph alien comparison because he was in Alien. He plays Ed, the main character in this, and this is definitely like a vehicle for his performance a lot of the time. Not to spoil anything, but Pumpkinhead doesn't show up until really the final act of the movie, like the last 30 minutes or so. Um, so before that, we're left with an almost like fantastical drama, fantasy sort of film. And Lance Henriksen is stellar in this. This is my favorite performance of his. Um, his portrayal of Ed and like this grieving father, wanting to do anything to punish those who inadvertently killed his son, is really good. Like it's very realistic in this man that's like very driven, and you can tell that he's wanting to bring back his son, but nothing will. So he's trying to do revenge to you know get himself there. And a big part of the film is like Ed's connection with Pumpkinhead when Pumpkinhead comes out, and how they start kind of bonding in a way. Like this link between them starts forming, and Lance's sort of descent into like going from a grieving father to somebody that has nothing left to lose and is and ends up trying to stop this thing, is really good. His performance is great. I think the whole cast in this honestly did a pretty good job. The teenagers or young adults are all believable. Um, the performance by Ed's son, it was trying to find who played him. Um, Matthew Hurley, I believe, was the son. Um, for a child star or child actor at least, did quite a good job. Definitely like pulls on the heartstrings during a lot of those parts, and I really like the relationship that Ed and his son have together. Just yeah, really good across the board. I think the pacing in this is really good, despite it taking a while to actually get to Pumpkinhead. Um, the rest of the film is really interesting, like from a drama story perspective. It's really well written. Never really feels like there's a lull in the story, in my opinion. Wouldn't even really call it a slow burn. It's just like a natural progression towards Pumpkinhead showing up and the events leading up to that. It's almost like a '70s revenge movie, where the revenge is in the last portion, and yeah, this stellar movie, great movie for the season. Atmosphere, special effects, the costume design, the acting, the music, everything is stellar in this. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Um, the 4K, as I mentioned, if you are, hesitant about watching this, the 4K, just for like a technical perspective, it looks fucking incredible. The act, I almost said the act again. The audio presentation, this is also great. It's definitely the clearest that I've heard this film sound. I moved from DVD to this, but I have seen the Blu-ray from Scream Factory as well, and their 4K blows everything else out of the water. So pick this up, and yeah, that's day 13 of the 31 Days of Horror Reviews. As always, make sure to keep your notifications on, subscribe if you haven't, and zero thoughts, zero editing, zero brain cells, and zero planning. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.